It's just movement. We call that progress. We call that progress.
The first track is Just Movement, the title track from the album. I think of it as sort of the thesis statement for the album. Repetitive anthem. I wrote it while listening or while watching the documentary on the Nationals album, Boxer, and I think it kind of fits with that. It's kind of a driving, straight ahead, almost kind of rock song, but with all synths. Repetitive sort of anthem that kind of sets up the whole album.
Did I make money? Was I proud? Did I play my songs too loud? Did I leave my life to chance, or did I make you fucking dance?
Global Concepts was written when I locked myself in a closet with a timbali and microphone and experimenting around with the 108 BPM kind of moombahton thing and sort of Latin vibe. And it's the tune that kind of came out, and it focuses kind of on the philosophical aspects, but also in the end, you know, it's asking you if it just makes you fucking dance. So, good dance track.
Still getting old, spaces, still getting cold, spaces about to fold. I got all the time.
Track 3 on the album is Happy. It's a tune about time travel, and it's sort of a strange tune where I sampled my friend playing guitar and then cut it up into a bunch of pieces and combined it with a synthesizer, and it's kind of a weird little disco dance tune with a nice piano break in the middle.
How you feel? How you feel? How you about every chain? How you about every chain? How you about every chain? How you about every chain?
So track number 4 is a track called Change How You Feel, and it's a track that every time it recycles, it adds a new part to the phrase, continually changes the meaning as the song goes on, and it just kind of repeats itself over and over. And it's a song I wrote when I was just hanging out in my living room, blasting it and messing around with loops on my speakers in front of all my friends. So it's kind of a weird, cool track.
And I saw nothing here but you.
So track number 5 is a track called Here. It's kind of directly connected to change. Probably the oldest track on the album, and it's a track that I wrote about driving up north in California to Santa Cruz and visiting a girl up there. And it's kind of a cool tune that started at something completely different. It was way slower and kind of really mellow, kind of depressing tune, and now it's kind of this up-tempo kind of crazy dance party with bongos. So it's a good tune.
A few years make a difference. You got in the car for waterfalls. I fell asleep behind the wheel. I never cry for my best friend, save August 28th.
So track 6 is called A Few Years Make. This song was originally written on guitar, and then I, ported it to kind of a more electronic environment. It's kind of a retrospective of my whole life, starting from the day I graduated university and going backwards to like pretty much the day I was born.
Be not afraid, it's just a game. Be not afraid, it's just a game.
Track 7 on the album is called Religious Views. It repeats the same lyrics over and over. Be not afraid, it's just a game, which is sort of the punchline to the track title itself. The song's sort of kind of an electro-housey thing that kind of goes through a lot of different changes, but kind of remains, probably the most housey thing on the album.
We are complex by degree. It's not God who made us different.
Track 8 is called Complex by Degree. It was written right after I read a book called The Third Chimpanzee by Jared Diamond, and it's kind of a song sort of about evolution. Crazy stylistic adventure through a lot of different kind of stylistic transformations, ending with kind of a George Harrison sitar into the final chorus. So track 9 is sort of an ambient instrumental interlude. The track title is actually 9 underscores in a row, and it was sort of designed as a way to slow down the album after Complex by Degree to kind of set up the song Perfect, kind of a slow, kind of more trancey and sprawling track. So track 10 on the album is called Perfect. It features me and vocalist Natalie Nichols, who sings in a bunch of folk bands in the Los Angeles area. The track was written for a weekly event I used to have with my friends where we'd all make either some sort of art or music or writing and show each other stuff. And it's sort of a sprawling kind of ambient trancey track.
Cocaine politicians burning up the forest. If you think the world is ending soon, well then just fuck it up.
So track 11 is called Survival of the Fittest, and it's the first of a two-part track. This track was written after I went on a binge of watching a bunch of TED Talks, and it's sort of a wild song with lots of crazy background vocals and lots of stomps and recorded percussion, this medley of halftime weirdness.
Basically, I wanna know. Basically, I've got to know.
So track 12 is the finale to the album. It's kind of a reprise, a lot of the lyrics that have occurred throughout the album. It's directly connected to Survival of the Fittest. The tracks kind of flow together, and it's kind of a bookend along with Just Movement, so it kind of connects the whole album together, and ends with kind of a nice low sub-bass hum to finish off the album.
Or did I make you fucking dance, 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 fucking